Okay, good morning, everyone. This is Michael Venezia. Good morning. I'm the head trader at TradeView Markets. I apologize. I got distracted for a second. It's October 18th. It's Monday morning, slightly after 11 Eastern. Normally, we try to get on at 11 Eastern, give or take a minute or two. But if we are a little bit late, trust me, it's no disrespect to anyone's time. I'll make it up to you. It's because I'm doing some things that are relevant to the market. Okay. It's Monday morning, so I don't want to keep repeating myself. Monday morning is the most important morning in terms of the data that I put out, because this data that I put out, and you'll see, for those of you that follow will understand even more so, is that it'll trickle out towards the week. For example, all right, let's give you an example of what I'm talking about. Here's our TradeView Markets site. We'll sign into TradeGate Hub. This is the same way I sign in, same for everybody. It's very simple. Log in. And good morning. This right here, the main room, is where the coach and a lot of Forex trading also goes. I also post here as well, just because I like the flow, and I want anybody that might want to think about changing over, doing the proverbial crossover from Forex to stock. Certainly, this is pretty, it is advanced, for lack of a better term, data, but it's not data that I don't, it's data that I want to put out because I can explain it in depth. And if anybody has any questions up or down or any which way, please feel free, because I don't want to waste my time, and certainly I don't want to waste yours as well. So good morning. Always watch what's going. Let me give you an example. What's going on with Twitter here. Michael Santoli, that was on Friday, but let's go to this morning. So he gave that out this morning. S&P and Dow have all posted their best weekly gains. So Mike Santoli came out here and gave something this morning about what was relevant. This is important. This will re-edify your plan, or at least give you a basis in order to go off of a plan. In other words, it's like the host is seating you at the table. You're at the table now. It's up to you what type of meal or how you're going to eat. It's up for us to give you that, but certainly listen to Michael Santoli. I put it there because it's relevant. Tactical sentiment came in here today with the 3-day move from Thursday to Friday. Who's that there? Any negative action in oil issues? I'm short oils. And why is that? I'm going to tell you why. There was a fade. Thanks, Coach. So coming in today, so this is my plan. What did Coach say? Let me just say what I'm right. I'll show you what I'm short. I'm short Fang. I'm short Devon. I'm short Clear. And I'll get to them after. So look, I'm going to tell you why I shorted them, Coach. Bear with me, if you will. Okay, so this was my plan. It may or may not work, but after 26 years of doing it and doing this every day. Okay, so we're right here. The market right now is up 3 handles, top left. It opened down. The Nasdaq's lagging a little bit. Here's my universe. Obviously, upstart. Oh, look at a firm. AFRM is the hottest stock in the market. I apologize if I'm going off on tangents. This is what happened when I go to the screen. I look at the stocks and then I go, oh my God, look what they're doing. AFRM, #1 stock on the board. We added here for takeover. And the rest of the stocks go with them. NET. NET. I apologize for typing too fast. NET. These are the new FANG. These are the new Facebooks, Apples, Netflix, and Microsoft. Here they are. NET, ASAN, Upstart, which had a put. Jesus, that went positive. Oh, no, it is negative. It was down 20. This is, yeah, you know what? I'll show you my screen right here. These are them. These are the new stocks right here, right in the middle of my screen. Upstart, Affirm, Net, ASN, PayPal, Square, even SoFi is up. See, I'll give you an example. Apple's up 34 cents. Microsoft's up 20 cents. These are up percents across the board. Tesla continuing to go. LAC, another monster. The battery stocks. Oof. FUTU, last time I looked at that one, that was down. That was up $2 after opening down 6. Look at the moves in these stocks. You know what? I'm going to forego the And I'll just give you a chance. FUTU. Friday, it traded the most it's ever traded. And it had a range from 71 to 63, an $8 range on 20 million. Today, it opened in the hole. Look at the range in this thing. I'm aggravated. I'm not trading it as we speak, but I have a fiduciary duty to you to help everybody here. FUTU, okay. The stock went from 58 to 66. Now it's 61. The stock's had a 20-point round trip as 11:15 this morning, and it's trading. Oh, let's go to my volume legend here. What's the volume today? 3 million share. Oh, you know what? Hold on. FUTU. So it's traded, even if the volume is skewed, it's traded twice the volume with probably a $12 to $14 round trip trade. And you know what? I would at least hope that everybody knows that this is what goes with it. TIGR. So in the morning, you see FUTU, which is arguably the best of breed going. Then you go right to TIGR. Maybe let's take a stab and buy some of this at 734 to 781. It actually went to 806. You know what? That's what happens when you buy the dog. It might do a doji here with volume. Coach might agree to disagree. Oh, you know what? I got off the oil trade. You know what? I was going to make a point here, and I apologize. Let me make that point because it's a good trade. I made some decent money on it. Okay. So this is what I thought this morning after I got distracted. Okay. Tactical sentiment right here. So I would say that right about now, we're up about right here after we saw the futures were up 4.5 handles. Okay. So that we opened down, but that my plan was predicated upon that. So we're opening up all the way over here. Now I go to my NASDAQ and futures. By the way, the S&P is probably around right here. Stock picking. The NASDAQ was right here, and it opened in the hole. No wonder it bounced. But my sector sentiment. So I'm saying to myself, the futures opened down, and then they ripped all the way back up. And the oil producers, right here, if you draw the oil, you can have a line, are way overbought. Energy, way overbought. Now, what I've been doing here, the rotation that I've been talking about the past however long, is that when the NASDAQ starts to go up or rebounds, like it, rebounds. Let me go back to the screen. Okay, let's look at ES. What are the minis are doing? Let me actually go to the NASDAQ, QQQ. So as the NASDAQ rebounds and goes positive, they sell off oil. When oil was going up every day, the NASDAQ was going. These are rotations that everybody should know about right now. So when I looked at, let me go back here. So now when I look at energy, even with the energy, see this right here? Devon was up 40. It's still up $1. Devon Energy. I mean, okay. So Devon at one point was at $42 on the chart when, let me see if I have this correctly. If I'm getting too animated or not, I apologize. Devon was up here. So if when I have energy now Devon's would probably be up here near 100. And the market was being strong after tactile sentiment being all the way up here. Naturally, let's try a fade. I made $1,300 in a big deal. But you know what? You don't do it on the open because the oils usually have that 1030 fade. This was the fade. Devon, what did we do in Devon? Didn't make that much money here. What did I do in Clear? So I made 6,000 in Clear. Clear, I think I shorted from the high because that's more leveraged than natural gas. If you're looking, first of all, why shouldn't I have short Clear? It never made a new high. As crude makes a new high or made a new high, as the XLE had made a new high, at least this morning. And Clear never made that new high. So I took a stab. It's also leveraged in natural gas, so we made a good trade last on the league. Now it's flagging. I'm not saying Clear is going back to 30, and then I also looked at the weekly. And I think it's got a little bit of room to pull back. So what I did was I correlated an up open to a huge up open in the oils and to basically what I thought was a crowded Monday morning trade. And I actually did like the NASDAQ. So I shorted some oils and I faded them. I don't know what I'm going to do the rest of them now. What do I have here? Do I have any left? Fang. Do I have any Fang left? I think I have some small Fang left. Yeah, right here. LC, lift. I shorted lift. Now what are we long? We're long BROS. Gave that out on Friday. We're still long HUT. Still like it. Even it's not even overbought. Listen, the RSI from you that's selling is at least 80. It's going higher. What's Riot and Mara doing today? Mara is the best of breed so far. But this SI, look at Mara. Bitcoin. Even the coin went. The coin's bullish. Broke that. You know, it might be a little bit heavy now. They might pull back a little bit. It's approaching 11:30. But so let me show you, go back to TradeGate Hub. So that's why I faded the oils. Okay. It may or may not green analysis. Thank you, Coach. I appreciate it. I'm also looking. Let's keep going. By the way, this is a plan. And when I have a plan and do this every day, it's not hard to derive a plan. It's innate. I remember that when I come in tomorrow, Tuesday morning, I'll remember that the oils were maybe a fade and they did or did not work. And I can go upon that. I just can't start staring at the screen. So let me get through this Monday morning data because, like I said, it's the most important and it's the most. Here's the gamma exposure. No surprise that we squeezed a little bit, not to be redundant. S&P and NASDAQ future sentiment, sector sentiment. So what rallied off the bottom? Technology was semis and technology. So let me look at Marvell, which, by the way, has been an animal. Oh, look at Marvell. Look. This is a stock you want to be long. You have to be long Marvell Technologies. This stock, you want to look at any other semi? MU is dead. Western Dig is dead. STX is dead. Let's look at Texan. Texan, I think, is acting a lot better. That's a better breed. Texans, well, ADI saw had insider buying as well. Yeah, it looks good. ON was number one. ON Semiconductor. But Marvell. So I saw Marvell open down in the hole, and I bought it. The stock was strong on Friday, 65.66. I see the stock open down. By the way, if it was down $3, I wouldn't want it. The better it opened, the more I want. If it was down $3, there would have been a problem. A stock that's down 50 cents and futures opening down 30 handles a stock I'm interested. So Marvell's a stock I bought. And it's actually acting very well, still going here. And that's why did I do that? And that's because when I saw the futures opening weak and technology was down in the hole, that's something I took a stab at. When the futures were opening down 15 handles this morning, and you see retail has been on its oversold for most of the time for the past year, if you will. So let's look at what the rest of the retail did. If you look at the futures and you buy something in the hole, Macy's had good news. So why don't you buy Macy's unchanged at 24, went to 26 on news that was going to spin off? It's breaking a new year high. Easy trade. So when you see when you see Macy's doing that, let's go to the rest of the department stores. Kohl's did the same thing on the open, a little bit of a laggard. Nordstrom is a laggard as well, but that's heavily shorted. So we look at that as well. But definitely Macy's is the best of breed. I also know that Dillard's Department Stores is number 2, but that's a $200 stock. You don't want to be wrong there. Let's keep going. Go back down to so anyway, that's why I punch up center sentiment. World markets, I explain it all the time. Bank of America tools, please go over it. SPY gamma of exposure, it correlates. Correlate the bottom to a rally. Correlate the bottom, rally, bottom, rally, bottom gamma, rally. It's easy. Excuse me. It's easy when you know what to do. I apologize. High frequency exposure. Hedge funds, I'm sorry. Hedge funds, they puked. That's bullish. There's more cash now. Look what happens every time they sell off. It goes up. Market seasonality. Louis Pinto would be happy about that short report. The heavily shorted stocks right here. I posted because I think I have to. 2001 asset winners and losers. Go over it at your own time. Sentiment. Goldman sentiment indicator. They sold. They flinched. Now there's a lot of now Goldman's sitting on a huge amount of cash. Monday's Catalyst Watch, go over it. Today's Focused, I always post up the news. Upgrades and downgrades by Walter Bloomberg. Somebody would say, if Mike is using Walter Bloomberg and quoting him, maybe I should go to Walter Bloomberg's Twitter feed, and the guy punches up irrelevant information. I just happen to use it for upgrades and downgrades, but certainly if I'm using him for that, he's putting other, look, industrial production, Piton, Walter Bloomberg, good dude. I don't know if there's any relevance. ARC Trades, for those that are still following Kathy Woods, S&P, it's clear. Leaped higher past the 50-day. Now it needs rest. Bullish. The comp. Where's the comp now? The NASDAQ. Now follow through is needed past the 50-day. So where are we now on the comp? The 50 days in blue. It seems to me like we broke 50. Now we're above the 50-day on the NASDAQ, and we still got room to go. We're not overbought. There's the RSI. Back in bull, as they say. My God. You can't be stubborn, man. You just can't be stubborn. Anyway, I'm sorry to get so animated. All right, Market Smith. Top movers. Go over this list every day. These are the movers you want to be in. Also, a combination of strong fundamentals. Let's look at these, for example. AEHR. AEHR. Okay. You have to remember AEHR, HUT, and AMBA. Top three. AEHR up 80 cents today. AMBA, well, it's down 3. What happened there? Well, you know what they did though. If you bought AMBA in the hole for 162 because it was strong, you sold it at 167. And once it never broke a new year high, what else do we have? HUT, we're in it. TTM, I came in short it and I covered it because I thought it was a decent trade. And I covered it and it lost $300. I came in short. I believe it was 6,000 shares. See that? I didn't let my ego get the best of me. 33.60, 33.40. Oh, whatever. I don't think it has a lot of volume. Trade's over for me from now. If I didn't catch it then, I'm not interested in it now because my timing is one of my best acumens. Let's go to another new share here. Okay. Earnings list for the week. All right. So now these are the catalysts. I just said something about the NASDAQ reclaiming the 50-day and the S&P trying to reclaim the 50-day. Here are the catalysts right here, earnings this week. Just look at a couple of them. J&J, Netflix, Procter & Gamble, Tesla, IBM, Intel, Snap. You Upstart downgraded. Friday's movers with range and volatility. HUT worked. Alcoa was up there. So was Mara. So let's look at Alcoa that was up there. Alcoa was up 18 cents, but I think it was up more. That's a chart you don't want to short. Got to be in that one. It's resting. What about Mara? We saw Mara before. It was up $3. What else was on there? ST&E was on there. No good. FUTU. You know what? Sometimes if these don't work, FUTU, that was one we started off the show on. At least for a stock that trades 400% of its volume, has a range, I'm sure it had a range, has a $10 range top to bottom, finishes the low on 26 million shares. You know, that's something you want to be, that's something you want to look at. I don't want to be sound like a broken record. Here are the strongest stocks over the moving averages. TTM already mentioned, Mara's up there, Net, Alcoa, Halliburton, LNG, lithium. Ooh, what happened to lithium there? LAC is coming up. The market looks to be pulling back here. And why do I see that? Is because I see this lithium stock. When I see LAT, I see lithium. This stock just took it to here. LAC, look at this thing. That was 27.80. Now let's see if news came out. QQQ. News did not come out, so that's profit taking. When you have a spike down like that and does the print, that's not a short. That's profit taking. From a stock that went from 21 to 27, somebody hit the bid and sent them out. Something, you know, you want something that's in distribution, trades like that. I don't know what's in distribution. Let's hope oil is in distribution. Well, it's not really. Let's look at I don't know what's weak today. Nothing's really that weak. Let's look at LABU. Oh, nothing. Oh. Okay, let's get back to business as that song goes. Okay, movers in the morning, I post them as of 7:45. And then we'll go back to the coach and see if anybody has any questions. My psychiatrist, we talked about the equity correction ending 2 weeks ago. My psychiatrist prescribed lithium. They still make lithium? The only lithium I know is this. That's the lithium I know. That's lithium, Nirvana. Never mind. But we'll get into another time. I digress. Okay. Let me see. What am I looking at right now? Suppose I'm getting back from the day. Let me sign into my my queries. Okay. Let me share my screen. Okay. This is what I'm looking at now. What's near the high? Somebody's calling me incessantly. I have no idea what I do for a living. OMF, MMC, MMP, nothing. CSX, a rail. Nothing that sexy. Costco, what has volume near the high? BTU, LAC, we mentioned it. Mara still good. Macy's still good. What's near the low? Upwork. Splunk. Snap. What happened to Snap? That was up to. Let's look at my alert page. Excuse me a second. My alert page. What's moving? Riot's moving. Etsy's moving. MQ is going lower. What's volume in the last 10 minutes? My new something I added that's new. So you know what? Let me go to this one. Volume in the last 10 minutes, I like. So fuel cell is doing good volume in the last 10 minutes and it's going up. So what do? I go to my screen and I say, fuel cell. Stock's up at $1.11. It's thick and ripping. It's got 200-day resistance. So I say, what are the rest of the stocks doing? What's Run doing? BLDP. Nothing. Now, you know what? That looks okay, BLDP. That might be an unbiased. Let's look at the best of breed, Fizzler. Looking good. I wouldn't short Fizzler with anybody. Look, Madoff's money. That's going higher. Fizzler. Okay, let's go to my Twitter feed. Trade GitHub. What's moving now? Roku. Roku's moving. We're long that actually in the TradeView account. Roku's up 10. Roku, hold on. Roku up 10. But you know what? You had to be lucky in being. You had to buy the Nasdaq. It's not really. It's kind of like a no play, but Roku is up 10. So I'm watching that. What about this flow? What's the top movers with the Jesus feed today? Roku have an interest. Open, Coin, Amazon. The Nasdaq's ripping. See the Nasdaq as opposed to New York? Put calls are getting smashed. Bullish. Fuel cell. We mentioned it before. Riot. AMC, GME, Coin, okay. But you know what you want to know? There's Coach. You want to know all these things right here? Hold on. I go to stocks. Go to stock page. If you don't have the queries, which a lot of people don't, and I made it based upon this. New York stock. Let's look at the top US gainers. IO, BTU, all the stocks that were on fuel cell right here. Losers. These are all stocks that were on that I already mentioned that were on the other. Oh, let's go losers. I'm sorry. And they should be because the team and I formulated OMER, MAKD, Ionis, Zillow Group. Anybody have any questions before I get back to trading and post some other stocks? My side, we talked about it. We did talk. Coach will be on tomorrow. Coach and I will be on tomorrow, 9:35. And we'll get back to what's going on. Here's the market as we speak. The US stocks are higher. Market's breaking higher. Futures are up 10 handles. There we go. Lift, Devon, Fang, Clear, AYX, Hut. What's breaking out here? Car was still going. Home Depot's up 2. Macy's up $2. That's it. It's retail is driving the Target's up 6. Macy's is up 240. It's a major move. Macy's, my lord. Roku, as I said right there. These are all the cloud stocks. CROWD. We're long in the TradeView account. AMD. Let's look at yeah. What else do I got going on here? Let me take off some Fang. What did Fang do? Now, why am I going to take off Fang here? Should I just do it to do it? LC, I'll short some of that. Lift, short some more of that. There was Devon. I covered that poorly. You know what? I'll show more Fang. A real man does. 2. Boom. Okay. Let me back to the charts. So POW calls, AFRM, unbelievable hot stock. DNN, I'm in that. I just bought that. I'm buying another 10,000 DNN. I like this stock. This will go. This Denning Mining, it's not a barn burner. Not a barn burner. But you know what? Buy a bunch of it. We could see 3. I'll take 257. It's a minor. Do your own research on that one. I bought a lot of it. You want to know why? Look at this is why. I put my ego aside and I go where the smart money is, right here. Wise guy action in DNN. Then I'll go to my Twitter feed. What's going on in DNN? A nice print in DNN. It does have a cup and handle. I'll give it that. That's a small cheapie that you should maybe play. So as we approach 11:30, it's Monday afternoon. Please go over all the data so I don't have to repeat it. And when we get back from lunch, we can just start shooting and just executing and making money instead of going over what happened in the morning. So with that being said, is a reminder, Coach and I will be on tomorrow morning at 9:35 and continue posting and enjoy the rest of the day. Always keep in mind the earnings place. Never get caught with earnings. So be in mind on what is happening, because a lot of stocks have been trading as a group, i.e. the oils and these stocks. The market pulled back again. Yeah. These AFRMs and everything and next. So until then, trade well. No questions or bad questions. If you want to, right up here, email me. I always get back to everybody. It's one of the things I'm known for. It's the least I could do. If someone takes their time and asks me a question and wants to gain knowledge, it's the least I could do. So signing off, TradeGate Hub, 11:30 Eastern on Monday. Trade well, everybody, and have a plan.